Hello everyone, this is Kimmy Wyatt and welcome to this video. Y'all, I got a doozy for y'all right now. So my grandson and I have been talking about these 2 bags of food. Also, I just did a video talking about this bag of food, which was not supposed to be a part of that video. The video was planned for today, but as time went on, somebody knocked on the door and left these 2 bags of food at the door. Okay. And I'm going to talk about these. And my grandson and I have been on track. Smart, 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 smart. The apple don't fall far from the tree. Do y'all hear me? But before I get started, please like, share, subscribe, comment. You guys, please do that. That's the least you can do. I sure appreciate it. But it's the most. I sure appreciate you guys doing. When I say it's the least you can do, and that's in comparison to donations. So this is doing those things are free. Okay. Okay. So you guys, and thank you. So earlier today, I'm doing this video, and this video ended up being 1 hour and 20 minutes, which is well worth it though. And, after I immediately, and I'm thinking about this now, that was right after, was that after the video that the food was delivered? No. Just as I was about to do the video, someone came and knocked on the door. I said, "Who is it?" I'm at the door right there. "Who is it?" And they didn't say anything. And then I said, "Who is it?" You said nice the first time, and then you get aggressive. And I've always done that because of don't let people think you're scared. Okay. Don't ever do that in no situation. So I'm like, "Who is it?" But also don't ever open the door if someone doesn't respond. You just go sit down like, "Okay, well, you're not getting in here." So that's basically how that went. But because someone else was here with me, not that I was scared, but I'm thinking, well, maybe, and because my grandson was outside playing, that you take all things into consideration. Let me go ahead and open the door because of this and that and that. So here we go. So when I opened the door, these 2 bags of food were at the door. When I saw these 2 bags of food, I picked them up and I walked them in the back and asked someone if they had ordered the food. They said no. I turned around and put them on the cabinet. I'm out. You guys know me. I'm out. If you didn't order them, even whether you ordered them for me to eat or us to eat or whatever, I'm out. Especially when you're telling me you didn't do it, and I know for a fact someone else did not do it. They not no. So I proceeded with the video, and it was a blessing because this food was a part of that video, the topic of that video. Okay. How I tell you guys to be careful what you eat, and let me say this too, I'm interjecting myself. There is a video that I have out where I'm telling you guys about medication, gang stalking victims, and just anyone. Stop leaving your medications at home. It has come to my attention, my own mother who left her house that we grew up in to me, told me twice she was leaving it to me, and she did. I have over the last couple of months, I've been questioning her death. You guys got to understand, these people are going around killing people, masterminding their deaths, and it's been working. Because of these deaths and because of what the person may have had when they were living, maybe a nice home. They're going to give this home to someone. This is my case, and we don't want her to have that home. We're going to do something for her not to have that home. Or the person could have had stocks and bonds. It's all about the almighty dollar. They will also go and put you in insurance policies, and you're still walking around here living and breathing. Because the whole goal behind that, you guys, when it comes to insurance, the people are going to do an investigation if it's a big insurance policy. So here's a scenario, and I'll get to this. If I had the funding to do, and I was evil like that, and I'm going to do a $250,000 policy, this is hypothetical, on a person. I am a gang stalker. I practice witchcraft. I'm going to put out a policy because we're going to knock her out. We're going to knock her. She's fixing to be dead anyway. And I'm going to hold that policy for about 3 months to make it seem legitimate. I'm going to pay for it at least 3 months. Here comes another month. My premiums. I'm going to pay my premiums unless I paid it all up at once. And that option is normally available. And I'm going to, it's a done deal. And please know, in these here United States, in most cases, you can get insurance on basically anyone. You can also become someone's power of attorney with false documents, false signatures. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background that these gang stalkers are doing. These coven of witches, they're getting away. And when I say coven, I'm talking like a group, meaning it's some from California, maybe it's some from Texas. This is what they do. Okay, they're also, and they're not the only ones, but they'll accept anyone basically if they're going to be evil and follow their little plan. These are witches and warlocks are witches, male witches. So if you got people that's agreeing with your stupidity and what you're doing, it is what it is. So it's just like if I conjure up a group and I want the group to be a group that focuses on fabrics. Now I'm Black-African, aka black. Now it'd be nice to have some more black people in there, but I've been mostly it's mostly black people. Am I going to reject someone because they're Hispanic? Now some of y'all saying, yeah, Kimmy, you're going to reject them if they're Hispanic. No, am I going to reject someone in the group because they're white? That's not part of not the addendum. There's not part of what my plan was. My plan was to have this group of people that with the same interests. It just so happened that up until this point, it's been Black freaking people. Here comes someone that's not Black African wanting to join. Am I going to reject them? No, because this group, there are groups like that, but this group is just for anyone. You're interested in fabrics. Okay, I'm making a point. So you guys, in this video that I just mentioned, you guys be careful with your medications, be careful with your condiments, and that's what it was about: ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, whipped whatever, salad dressings, anything that comes in a bottle where you're not using all of it. I even said in the video where you guys should go to a wholesale club and if possible, and they have these there. That's why I said a wholesale club. And you might get it at the store, but a regular store, and buy restaurant packages of ketchup. You know, the individual packages. There may be 100 of them in there. It could be 500 in there of these packages of ketchup. The same kind of ketchup, basically, that you would get at a restaurant, at a fast food restaurant, when you go through the drive-through, or you go in and order, and they give you the packages. You can get picante sauce. You can get all this, because sometimes these warehouses serve people that have these kind of businesses. That doesn't mean you can't go in there and get it yourself. This is your salt. This is your pepper. Now, if you're making a potato salad for a family reunion, and I mentioned something like this, you may have to get a bigger thing of pepper. If that happens, you guys, transfer it because of weight. Transfer that pepper over. Keep some storage bags. Okay, sandwich bag, the Ziploc. Keep with the lock. Okay, I'm not a branding person. I don't do brands unless I'm getting paid for it. Unless it's some raid. Okay. Transfer all that stuff, man, into a pack. Take this stuff with you, y'all. Take it with you. I know this sounds like some stuff, especially if you know you're not a gang stalking victim. If you know in your heart you're not a gang stalking victim, this is basically for entertainment purposes for you to pass on to someone else. But but a lot of people don't know they're victims of gang stalking. So to end this part, anything that you have opened up where there is some remaining, this is sugar, cream, cream that goes in the coffee, anything that's not in this own little in an individual packet. You guys be careful with that. Okay, take that stuff with you. If you're a gang stalking victim, you're going to thank me for that later on, because you may not be here if you don't. I could easily, if I was this type of person, put something, or continuously to put something in your mustard and you're using that and squeezing it out on your hot dogs, because I know you love hot dogs, you're going to eat some corny dogs once a week. I would take what condiment you consume the most, and I would lace it. I'm just keeping it real. So you guys, if it's mustard and it's a small, because they do have the mini size, the MINI, and then they have the regular size squeezed mustard. If that mini size costs the same amount as that regular size, maybe it's 8 ounces, because mustard is pretty heavy in the regular sizes. You guys opt for the smaller size. You're a gang stalking victim. This is not the time. I'm not trying to be funny for you to be trying to save money or compare value when it comes to size and money. It's just not the time. You got to take stuff with you. I would get a big old hobo bag, like from the thrift shop, and keep that stuff in the vehicle. Mustard can stay out, even though it says refrigerated, but you bought a smaller one, it's going to be gone. And if you have a job, this way, if maybe you went through the line for lunch, fast food restaurant, and you forgot your ketchup, there it is, it's in the bag. I'm just saying, work all this stuff out, you guys. Your creamery, your cream, anything for which you have consumed some of it but you did not eat all of it, they are out to kill. And if you're someone that is woke as I am, be careful. So I forgot to mention in that video sugar, flour, because I was focusing on condiments, and sugar can be a condiment. So let me do this. So somebody knocks on the door. I say, who is it? They didn't say anything. And it seemed like I heard them running away, running off. They didn't knock on the door again. Somebody did knock on the door twice tonight, but they were delivering food, for which I'm going to get on somebody because they didn't tell me that they was going to go order some food. And so it stayed out there for like 40 minutes. But you guys, after I picked it up, like I said, I went and asked someone, did they order it? I'm holding the bags, and they had the bedroom door open, and they said no. So I brought it back in here and set it down, and it just became a part of, perfect timing, became a part of the video that I just did. Now, I'm going to show you guys this food. I keep burping, y'all. Excuse me. I'm going to show you guys this food. Ooh, burping. I'm going to show you guys this food. I'm going to even tell you where the food supposedly came from. Oh, perfect. It's not showing the whole name, but y'all know who that is. WAL. I even went online to see how they deliver food. Is it delivered in bags, or their bags, or is it boxed up? And but the gist of it is, by 2025, they're going to change how they're delivering. So I said, okay, so that can't be it, because I'm thinking, they would have put their food in a box and left it at the door. So someone just confirmed with me that no, because blah, blah, blah gets food delivered all the time, and they deliver it in the bag. Okay, so that's out. But I want to show y'all this food. I'm going to take it out the bag. I'm holding the camera. And I'm going to show you how perverted these people are. First off, y'all don't eat anything that you did not cook. Yeah, go to a restaurant. You got to even be careful at restaurants, especially fast food restaurants where you went in the inside, especially at fast food restaurants where you got a lot of fast food restaurants in the area you live, which means these idiots can go get a job and you're being gang stalked. And so they call John, who's at work right now. You ordered a pizza. He works at the pizza place, and you tell him to put something in. They're out to kill. Okay, I could do 100 scenarios just on this topic alone. This right here, what I'm talking about. 100 scenarios, y'all. Don't leave anything out. Don't think someone's paranoid. And I do have a quote: paranoia is the new smart. It is. Okay, stuff I would never be talking about or thought I would be talking about in my life. It has become a part of my life. So, first thing I want to do is tell you guys, don't get scared. Each one of these foods is something replicating a food I have eaten either in this apartment for 80% of these 5 things and 20% at my last apartment. Did y'all hear what I said? I have, and I have, and I, in my last apartment as well, pizza. Someone either went to the store. Oh, I would love to see that receipt, or ordered these items and had them delivered here. Now, when I asked this person, did they order this stuff? And they said no. They were busy. They have, working on their gamer. And about 5 minutes later, they came to see what was in the bags. Now, they were elated because, if you add this up, this is some food. Okay, well, they delivered it to the wrong door. And in most cases, when something is delivered to the wrong door, you have the right to take whatever it is because it was delivered to the wrong door. It's like, okay, it's mine. Some people don't know that. I want to show y'all something. I'm going to start with the pizza. Who doesn't love pizza? I love pizza. This is a 4-meat pizza. I don't eat pork, but but where I live, you know what I'm saying? Pork has never done anything to me that I know of. But had I kept eating it, maybe in the long run, I just don't like pork. I don't like things that have pork in them. But here we go. Even when I was in the shelter, you got to eat, right? So y'all know where I'm going with that. It's not that you fixing to just drop dead when you eat pork. I just don't want to eat pork, and there's a lot of people that don't. So I've been eating here lately, though, a pizza that had pork in it, as well as other stuff, okay? I get these pizzas from 7-Eleven. I got to tell you this, y'all. You've even seen, if you've been watching me for a minute, videos where accidentally the box, I think it's 2 videos I've noticed like that, probably about 8 months ago or something or more. And you, while watching the video, you may have seen a box of pizza from 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven has some pretty good pizza, okay? While I'm talking, it's pretty good, surprisingly. And it's not all that expensive. So here's a box of pizza. Y'all, hold on. Okay. Red Baron. I hadn't had Red Baron basically since Red Baron first came out. My daughter wasn't even born, but it was one of the first pizzas that I loved. The only thing with that is I know I've been spied on for a very, very, very long time. And when I first ate Red Baron, I was in an apartment. Technology has changed, but if somebody has been spying on you for a long time and you don't know and you never knew, that could be a scenario. But I'm going to say it's because I do eat pizza. And here lately, notice 4-meat pizza. I've been eating pizza that had pork in it. Got to do what you got to do, okay? Now, and I'll make this last. These. Never thought I would eat anything like this, but I love things that are sweet and sour. So I went somewhere and noticed they have a little section of clearance section, gas station. And this gas station has a clearance section. And sometimes I'll go to that clearance section to, hold on. Okay. Sometimes I'll go to that clearance section to see what they got on clearance. And they just so happen to have this type of candy, but it was more of a branded kind. It was Trolls or something like that. And thinking of my grandbaby and everything, and the young man that lives here, and I was like, okay, I can try these and also get them. And it was 2 other types of candy. They had marked them down for clearance. So I went on and bought 2 bags, and I went on and said, when I saw that they were really, really cheap, I went on and bought all that they had, which was like 6, total of 7 bags of candy, and very economical. Trust me, I wouldn't have done it otherwise. So what I did was, bought the candy. It was just like this, just a different shape. Trolls. I don't mind telling you the brand so you'll know. But the same kind of squishy kind of candy. This candy right here, I was eating this candy in my last apartment. The Tootsie Rolls Fruit Chews. I haven't bought them here, but I just fell in love with them. The assorted fruit chews. The flavored kind. Okay? My last apartment, I just went crazy over these and totally forgot about them, but I was buying these all the time. Y'all stay with me. I'm on the train, and sometimes people will come on the train. This was this week. People will come on the train selling candy like this in these packages, but it's only 6 in a package. Okay. This kind, Baby Ruths, just to name some kind, Twix, everything. And I bought this kind of candy from these people more than once. Okay. So yesterday there was a guy who was on the train. He stepped on and he had about 5 or 6 of these in his hand, going facing the long way like this, holding them like that, cupping them. And I said, "Oh my God, what do you have?" Because people are used to them doing it now. And I bought a 6-pack. Wasn't this kind. Wasn't Mr. Goodbar. It was Baby Ruth. Okay. And there were some guys on the train, and one of them, he just kept looking at me. I'm like, oh my God. But I asked him because an incident, it was a guy from Cuba, and he was bragging on his Hispanic friends or something like that. And we got into a conversation. Make a long story short, the guys were laughing at me. And while they were laughing at me, while they were laughing at me, I had looked back at the guy and he was laughing. So he just smiled, and I asked him, did he want some of the candy? And he decided, yeah, let me have one. That guy got off at the next stop. But this is the one I want to show you guys. Y'all see this? Well, I don't want to show you what package, because when I go to get this candy, I want it. And I have found that when I tell people about this candy, even though the packaging looks simple, the candy is spectacular. It's actually from, there's 2 kinds. One of them is made in Germany, German chocolate. And this one is made in Austria. So what I'm going to do for this one, I'm just going to take a piece out of the package, because I don't, I go looking for it, and everybody and their mom knows about this candy. I even told my uncle about this candy, and he's like totally hooked. So I'm just going to take it out the package. Now, the reason why I'm taking it out of the package is because you can buy this type of candy in Hershey. I'm just going to say a popular brand. But trust me, it tastes nothing like this. This is real, no offense, Hershey, or whoever, Mars. This is real chocolate, imported chocolate. But this chocolate also has liquor, hazelnut in it, okay? Which I can say is probably why it has this even more so fantastic taste. It really tastes good. Hazelnut. Yeah, I'll see that. What does that say? Hazelnut. This food was delivered here. I eat all of these items, but just a different brand. What would have happened? It would have been very obvious. It would have been very obvious if they had got the same exact kind that I eat. Let me say that again. All of these items that I just took out of this bag, these 2 bags, are the same things that I eat. How did they know that? But you're not being spied on. And it's funny, the person I was just talking to, young man, smart, he literally came in here and we cracked the case together. Well, my such and such may have left that. No, yo such and such would have asked me, what kind of candy do I eat? They just wouldn't have came up. Well, maybe, and I love this person, because they remind me of myself when I was a kid. I was very inquisitive. I wanted to know this and I wanted to know that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and blah, blah, blah. Thirst for knowledge, and just my little twin. So this, y'all, this almost brings me to tears. This baby sat there once we went down through each one of these candies and each one of these items and how this would pertain to me. I'm not going to tell you in here what he did, but he was like, that's that. I said, exactly. There is no way. First of all, nobody here ordered this stuff. Nobody here ordered this stuff. Now, my son was like, well, Mama, it may be delivered to the wrong address. And he gets mad because I tell you guys what's going on. I told him he'll find out later. Nobody ordered this candy. He doesn't even eat candy. He might eat a couple of cookies. He doesn't even eat candy. This is the same one that as I told you in the video, saying, "Mama, you need to, you got you." In other words, calling me mental, because I found that people that don't understand what the hell you got going on, I'm used to this. Okay, it's just a hurting feeling that it comes from someone that should know better. But okay, but each one of these candies correlates to me and things I've consumed, either right here in this apartment or while I'm out on the train or whatever. And not only that, I have bought these 6 in a pack candy before from someone on the train, and people are right there knowing what you did. It's a transaction. Okay. Hazelnut. As a matter of fact, it says made with real hazelnut spread. Milk chocolate hazelnut multi-layer experience. Y'all, who bought this and dropped it off at the door? Yeah, and you can hear them scurrying from the front door. You can hear them getting gone. Let me say something, y'all. To the pervert that bought these, because you are looking at me eating this kind of candy. Now, this one, like I said, I haven't eaten these here that I know of. I brought these at my last apartment, and I was literally eating them. This person has been watching me for a minute, whoever this is. Okay? They know what I like to eat. And I don't care if you're trying to be nice or kind. You are a fucking pervert. You are a fucking pervert. I don't want your candy. I don't want anything from you. I don't want your pizza. But let me take it a little deeper. My initial thought. You guys, and this is why I tell you to be careful. Witchcraft can be placed on anything. Now, Kimmy, you touching it. Oh, I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. I know how to get rid of witchcraft. I am schooled on how to get rid of it. Trust me. Now, initially, I didn't want to touch it. I just touched the bag. But this is a video. This video is focusing on these things, and I'm not afraid to touch them. Because it's usually not, the witchcraft is not just that the person touched these things. I have to consume these. These idiots are very well aware that I'm going to put stuff in the freezer just to freeze it, knowing that they would have to put it in the microwave, which would change the shape that I left it in, and I'm going to know right off. They know that I'm going to take my condiments with me in most cases. The only reason why condiments are not taken here, and I just pour something out on purpose, even though I told someone, because y'all, there's a fine line when you're trying to explain to someone why you do the things that you do. Now, this person had bought some mustard, and I had bought some mustard, same color, 2 different stores, both store brands. Okay. At some point, I threw the mustard away. I didn't even know this person liked mustard. It was a total shocker to me because they don't hardly eat anything. But it was 2 things of mustard in the refrigerator. I threw one of them away and one of them had been used or something, but it was one left. And I finally threw it away. I can't keep leaving where I reside and leaving shit in the refrigerator. Because in this case, the people who live here leaves as well. You're on fleek. You're on candid camera. That's something she likes to eat, condiment, with her food. We're going to come in and do something to it. She's going to eat it. So y'all, I'm very meticulous and particular about what goes in my mouth. And I told the person, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. Because they came in to do inventory on what was left, and they were somewhat smiling like, oh well, maybe it was delivered to the wrong address. You do think that? And I said, well, yeah, maybe, knowing I didn't believe it. Then I thought, oh, somebody's trying to be nice. Oh my God, somebody knows the address. As a matter of fact, my address where I live. As a matter of fact, in the video that I did, I thought about this scenario. And which is why I'm doing a new video to say, no, that wasn't what it is. I thought that because I just on a business aspect, and I can't say it, like I couldn't say it in the video and I can't say it in this video. I just did something, and in order for my stuff to be private, I would have had to purchase something else. I couldn't afford that. This is why I asked you guys for donations. So my address was is out there where I live. Everybody's not dumb. Somebody would be able to look that up and say, oh, that's where she's living, because that's what her information says. And I'm not going to tell y'all what that is, okay? So I thought that someone was just being nice initially and just like, I don't know what Kimmy likes. I'm just going to, since I can't get in touch with her, since I'm just going to send her some candy. Hell no. This is a fucking pervert that's been watching me. Now, the other thing that could have happened is, and I'm going to tell you guys, all y'all feds, I'm going to say this a way that I can say it where I'm not messing with the cases. If one of you have a liking to me, let me know. Don't, and I repeat, don't, you know the situation. Do not call yourself liking me, no problem. But when you call yourself liking me, you need to let me know. Because someone just wasted their money. Someone just wasted all their money. Now, you just saw somebody get that pizza and go put it in there because they don't give a damn. They don't believe you being spied on. Okay? Go ahead, knock yourself out, literally. Because my thing is this, I don't know what witchcraft has been placed on this food. But this I do know. Whoever bought these things, which are things that I love to eat, but a different brand. And the funny thing is, the young person I just got through talking to said it just like that. They bought the same thing, but they brought it in a different brand, a different type. Paraphrasing. Do you know this person ain't even a teenager? And get it, but you got mofos that's grown as hell in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and they don't understand gang stalking and don't understand. It's just like they have a one-track fucking mind. But you got a child, y'all, innocent, who can figure out shit just like you can, and y'all on the same team. That's sad. I mean, it's a blessing that I love to see a child on point, because that let me know you don't have to worry about that child. That's one child you do not have to worry about. But what about the other people? To the point where this child elevated himself and was pointing in a certain direction without going into details. Because guess what? Before I go, remember I had 7 bags? Well, 5 were the same and 2 of them was like another type. But anything jellied like this, but 3 different types. Okay, 3 different brand names. But basically the same, the different shapes, but the same thing. This person had a bag of these, but not this brand. He knew that I had several bags. And he knew he chose one of the bags. And he knew that we had these. He and I. He also knew, because of this candy I just showed you guys. It comes in it comes in many different types, but as far as my consumption and what I bought for people, almonds and regular, but both of them have hazelnut as part of the ingredients. Hazelnut liquor. I wonder, what is it? Hazelnut spread. Okay. Hazelnut. This is a pervert. I don't want your shit. I'm not going to eat it. If you're an investigator or whatever and you liking me and you trying to give me some food, you come tell me, because other than that, I don't want it. Don't deliver anything else to this door. Keep your shit. Because what you're showing me is that you're a fucking pervert and you're watching and ooh, here's the coup de grace. You've been watching me for a minute. Gotta go. Bye. Post your comments. Post your comments below, please. But you're not being spied on right here. Oh no. They just got delivered to the wrong address. All right, gotta go. Bye.